Hey fish fans, it's Raina. What do you think of my new hair? I needed a change after everything I've gone through recently and with COVID. So I lightened my hair thanks to Cassandra at Dutch Village Road Head Shop. She's the one who always does my hair. And I went pink, so I might change up the colors. I got the bangs back, even though I have like the cowlick of doom that I have to try to deal with. And I love it. It's really fun and different. And basically I did it because we are not going to be able to do mermaid gigs really at all this year, aside from offering photo shoots, until public health changes and we're able to be in pools with kids and not have to wear a mask and not have to socially distance. Then this is kind of what we're stuck with. So I figure, you know, if I'm not going to be in pools and chlorine, which was the main damage to my hair, I might as well get my hair done. So it took 6 hours. It was lots of fun. Today on So You Want to Be a Mermaid, we're going to be reviewing and talking about the very cool nose plug that so many merfolk use and surfers use, called the sinus saver. And it's this funny little device that was invented by a mom and pop shop for surfers. And as you can see, it's clear silicone and it actually goes up in your nose. So I'm gonna try to do this. It's real flattering. So you want to push it all the way in so that the little cuppy things are all the way in, and then you just have a little piece out here. So in terms of mermaid photos, this is actually a really cool tool to use because it's so easy to edit out this little piece with the clone tool or the heal tool in Photoshop. And also, if it does bulge your nose, it's not that hard to pinch your nose back into place with the liquefy tool. So it's actually really easy to fix it. And as you can see, it's not too bad. It doesn't make my nose look too bad. So here's my story about this. My friend Roberta is a stunt actress and a freediving instructor, and she has worked on a lot of different TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And she said, I have to do a pilot for a show, and I'm wondering if you have any suggestions for helping keep water out of models' nose. And I suggested this. So she took it and used it, and little did I know at the time that the little show that she was working on was Siren from Freeform. So my friend Roberta posts all these really cool behind the scenes, and you can actually see all the different merfolk from Siren in the behind the scenes wearing the sinus saver. So I think that's a pretty cool endorsement. So as you can probably hear though, it does impact my speech a little bit. It gives you like that stuffy nose feeling. So in terms of the way it feels, I'm not huge on the sensation. I'd rather have my nose pinched than have it filled with something. That's just my personal preference, but lots of people don't mind it. It's really in there good. It's not coming out easy. You gotta give it a good pull to take it out. So I usually take it out with Kleenex, but basically it keeps the water from shooting up your nose and getting that terrible burning sensation. So in my experience in using it, I tested it out a few times in the ocean, once with my friend Mimi and once with the photographer Lloyd. I really wanted to get this shot where my head was arched back and my hand is up against the water and I'm at my own reflection. But I can go pretty far before I get water up my nose, but as soon as I start to get my head into like that 90-degree position, that is when it all shoots up my nose. My usual trick is actually, when I go into backflips, is to exhale a little bit of air through my nose in order to create a seal. And because I'm floaty, I have to exhale air anyway. So for me to do this was a bit of a learning curve because I'm used to being able to exhale air out through my nose to help my buoyancy. And I couldn't do that, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. And a few times I moved in just the right way that the seal kind of broke and I got water up my nose anyway. So I'm going to take it out here with a Kleenex. It will get disgusting, so fair warning. The sizing can be a bit difficult. I first ordered a medium because based on what was on their website, it seemed like that was what was going to fit my nose, but I actually needed a small, so I bought a medium and then I bought a small. So now I have a backup medium that maybe I could like sell to somebody on my team or something after it's been cleaned. It's easy to lose them, and they are about 25 bucks Canadian, so probably like $20 American. So you want to have a designated place that you're going to keep it. For me, like I said, I tend to exhale through my nose as a means of correcting my buoyancy and to help myself do backflips, so it was a learning curve. However, in situations where I was just being nice and still and then I wanted to tilt my head up, it actually worked really well at keeping the water out. So if you're somebody who really finds it difficult, like it's distractingly difficult, it's hard for you to do things without getting water up your nose, this is a little gadget that's gonna do a lot for you. You can also get clear nose plugs that pinch. They pinch like that, and they can be photoshopped out very easily as well. I prefer the pinchy feeling instead of the up the nose feeling, because I tend to look like I have a pig nose when I put them in. Some people like to put a septum piercing in front, like a clip-on one, so it looks like it's supposed to be there, but honestly I find that you just don't see them very often. They just don't show up in pics and video because they're clear and because everything is distorted underwater anyway. But my trick really for keeping water out of my nose is just to give that little bit of an exhale. Having the nose plug when I'm doing flips is really convenient though, because I can focus a bit more on the flip and less on the exhale, because I do find that if I'm not focused enough on the flip, I veer to one side or the other. I saw a talk by Medusa Raina, and she said that really the only thing you can do when it comes to water up your nose is get used to it. She gave this analogy of getting punched in the arm and it really hurts, and then the next day you get punched in the arm again and again the next day, and soon you just come to expect it and you're like, yeah, I get it over with, and it doesn't bother you so much. So some people are gonna have an easier time with water up their nose than others, and the different type of water makes a difference. Chlorine is always gonna burn. Salt water is not too bad because that's what's in our eyes already. And also fresh water, if it's really clean, it's not too bad. But in warmer places, you have to be careful because there's different bacteria that can get into your nose, and there's an actual parasite that can get into your nose as well. Some people like to use a decongestant spray or an allergy spray before they do underwater stuff to help them equalize better and to keep their nose clear. People like to use the little squeeze sinus rinse that you can shoot up your nose and at the other end. Whenever I get water in my nose, it tends to fill up my sinuses, and then for the next day, anytime I lean forward, I've got water dripping out my nose, and it's kind of funny. But I would say that the majority of people who spend a lot of time underwater, they just get used to it. They get acclimatized to it. But you can, you know, there is the risk of sinus infections, ear infections, eyes infections. It's all kind of connected the way things drain. I tend to get ear infections really easily, and so it's kind of funny. You would think that water in your sinus would give you a sinus infection. Because of the way it drains down the back of your throat, it can actually give me ear infections. So it's good to talk to your doctor about that stuff too. But overall, I think it's worth it for everyone to try one of these. It's not that expensive. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them at certain dive shops. You can find them on the official website. It is a mom and pop business, so it's really nice to just support people like that. Not just for mermaiding, but for free diving, for swimming, for surfing, all that kind of stuff to keep it out of your nose. It's just a really sound investment, I think, so totally worth it. So thanks for checking out my review and my video. Please like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media. It's HFX Mermaid on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me review next, and what color do you think I should do my hair next? Do you like the pink? Should I keep it pink? Should it go green? Should I pull some Billie Eilish? I don't know, man. She's my favorite, but let me know what you think. That's fishes!